Our attitude determines whether we choose to read or not, whether we decide to try or give up, and whether we blame ourselves or others for failure. It dictates whether we tell the truth or lie, act or procrastinate, advance or recede. Ultimately, our attitude alone determines our success or failure. With the right attitude, humans can move mountains. With the wrong attitude, they can be crushed by the smallest grain of sand. Achievers possess a can-do attitude that distinguishes them from mere dreamers. They are committed to success regardless of obstacles and are willing to exert effort and pay the price for it. Attitude drives actions, actions drive results, and results drive lifestyle. The only constant in life is our feelings and attitudes toward it. Our attitude is one of the few things we have total control over. While discussing the negative may not always be pleasant, it's necessary because it's part of life. Attitude issues are akin to weeds in a garden. They're a normal part of life. Remember, negativity is normal. It's not ideal, but it's part of life. In my opinion, we must learn to handle the negative. We shouldn't ignore it. Instead, we should listen to various perspectives and make our own decisions. Don't just follow, be a student. Some may advise ignoring the weeds, but they'll eventually take over your garden. So, you must handle the negative. This brings me to what I call the great war between good and evil. From the moment we're born, we're part of the struggle between good and evil, darkness and light, negative and positive. The war is ongoing, a mental, physical, and financial war between enterprise and ease, between accomplishment and failure. That's why the Old Testament phrase, 6 days labor, 1 day rest, is so pertinent. It means enterprise is better than ease. If you rest too long, the jungle overtakes the village. Evil may seem formidable, but it's no match for good. However, good must be active. Weeds are no match for human activity. But if you stay still, how far in will they come? All the way. They'll grow right up around your shoes. But if you get busy, how far back can you take them? As far as you wish. They are no match, but you must be active. That's why the 6 and 1. Make sure you're not losing the war by taking off too much. Guess what the average years are after retirement? 6, which means don't retire. Your chances are too slim. The war between good and evil, the weeds. You've got to make sure you recognize the negative, handle it, deal with it, and then go on. Let's make a list of the diseases of attitude that can wreck all your chances to do well. One of the words that destroys everything is called neglect. And I found this out. A week of neglect could cost you a year of repair. Is it worth it? So, what to be on the lookout for? Here's the list. If you were making it, you'd have the same list I've got. We're not covering anything new tonight. This is a reminding session, not a teaching session. But it doesn't hurt to go over it again. Here's the list. Attitude diseases. Number 1 is indifference, the shrug of the shoulder. The guy's not even concerned, he's just drifty. This is called the mild approach to life, a disease known as mildness. The guy says, well, I can't see getting all that worked up. Well, to be any kind of winner, you've got to get worked up. There's one problem with drift. You cannot drift to the top of the mountain. And the good Lord said in the closing chapters of the Bible, here's the best way to live, one way or the other. That's best, hot or what? Next best. Cold is next best to hot. Not the half-baked middle, lukewarm. Not too hot, not too cold. What a sad way to live. I think what it means is pick a direction and go with everything you got. Just pick one and go. Somebody says, yeah, but what if it's the wrong direction? You will find out quicker. It won't take you 25 years to wake up and say, oh no, I've been walking the wrong road. I told my staff the other day, next best to prosperity is adversity. If one doesn't get you, pray for the other. We all do better from one of 2 reasons, inspiration or desperation. And I don't wish anything bad on you tonight, but if you're not inspired, I hope a wagon comes down your rut. Whatever it takes to get you to try harder, read more, set your goals, and go for it. Somebody asked me one time, what quality would I pick if I wanted to work with somebody? And you know what I picked first? Number 1. Strong feeling. Please, number 1, give me somebody that feels strong about most anything. I don't even care, just so they believe it. Even if they disagree with me, wonderful. Just so they disagree vigorously. I'm not saying it's easy to win those kinds of people to your point of view, but I'd rather do that than try to resurrect people from the dead. Pump them up every month. Pump them up. I pass pump. Here's the key to the good life. Learn to put everything you've got into everything you do. Whatever you are doing, pour it on. It will quickly open up into opportunity or quickly disclose to you that you ought to be doing something else. The delusion is, if I had a better job, I'd really pour it on. See, that's delusion. Wherever you are, pour it on. Don't give somebody half a job for a day's pay. Pour it on. See, that will help change your life. Get rid of this disease. Here's the next attitude disease. Indecision. It's mental paralysis. The guy can't make up his mind, and it becomes a disease. Pretty soon, he knows he's got it. The guy says, well, I know I'm on the fence, but what if I get off on the wrong side? Listen, after a while, it doesn't matter. Just get up. Any side will do. A life full of adventure is a life full of many decisions. The ones that turn out to be wrong give you a better experience to make better decisions. So, don't see how many decisions you can get out of. See how many you can get into. That's where the adventure is. So, shake off this disease, indecision. The next one is doubt. Doubt is like a plague, and one of the worst is self-doubt. There are many, but that's one of the worst. The guy doubts himself, doubts if it will last that long for him, doubts if he can do that well, doubts if he can make that much, doubts if he can accomplish all that. Chronic, excellent self-doubt. You can imagine what damage that does to your future. So, here's the key. Turn this coin over and become a believer. And there are many things to believe in. One of the majors is yourself. The understanding of self-worth is the beginning of progress. Now, if those three don't get you, this one will. Worry. That's a devastating disease. Worry causes health problems, social problems, personal problems, family problems. It's devastating. Worry long enough, and it'll drop you to your knees, could reduce you to begging. I know how bad this one is. I used to have it bad. I used to be known as a super warrior. Not a super warrior. No, super warrior. My family wished I'd have been a warrior. I've got those years to make up for. But I'll tell you what my advice to you is. Do what I finally did on worry. Give it up. Who needs it? I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's worth it. It took me almost 1 year to kick the worry habit, and it was not an easy year. It was one of the toughest years I ever spent. But I finally got that monkey off my back, and I discovered you could live the most incredible life, free of worry. Not free of challenge, not free of difficulty, free of worry. I learned how to do it, and you can. Here's the next attitude disease, overcaution. Some people never will have much, they're too cautious. Now, you can also be too reckless, but you can also be too cautious. This is called the timid approach to life. And my caution was always the risk. Risk used to drive me right up the wall. I used to say, what if this happens? It's called the language of the poor. What if this happens, and on top of that, if this was to happen, look at the fix I will be in. I better not try. I could always ace myself out. Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life. When I finally discovered it's all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait till you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to get out alive. That's risky. The Englishman says, well, if that's the way it's going to work out, let's give it a go. Right, that's what it's for. Give it a go. Somebody says, yeah, but I'm looking for safety and security. Fine, then huddle in the corner. We'll cover you with a sheet, bring you 3 meals a day, and we'll protect you, feed you, look after you, care for you. We won't let anything happen to you, and you'll probably live to be 100. The guy said, well, yeah, I'd live to be 100, but what a way to live, right? What a way to live, safe and secure. Don't ask for security, ask for adventure. Better to live 30 years full of adventure than 100 years safe in the corner. And see, it's not important how long you live. What's important is how you live. Here's another attitude problem, pessimism. It's about always seeing the downside, the problems, the difficulties, and finding reasons why things won't work. Pessimists live ugly lives, always looking for faults instead of virtues. They're the ones who see specks on the window instead of the sunset. They rush to point out 5 reasons why something won't work when one would do. For them, the glass is always half empty. Optimists, on the other hand, see the glass as half full. It's all about perspective. Our lives are shaped by how we think things are, not necessarily how they are. There's something called better thinking habits that we don't have time to discuss tonight. But one thing my mentor taught me is that poor thinking habits keep most people poor, not poor working habits. What we think about all day long shapes our lives. As the saying goes, as you think, so you become. I used to start my days reading negative news, but I learned it was poisoning my mind. What we read influences our thoughts, so it's crucial to fill our minds with positive material. I was once asked by students how to build a good life. I said it's simple but not easy. Select the right thoughts and keep out the wrong ones. Life is a mix of sugar and poison, so we must be careful what we let in. Every day, we need to guard our minds against negative influences. We decide what goes into our mental factory because we'll have to live with the results. And finally, the last problem to mention is very brief, the last disease, but this one is deadly. Engage in this one, indulge in it even slightly, and you might as well forget the future because it's going to forget you. Complaining, crying, whining, griping, a Bible word called murmuring. That will ace your future. Spend 5 minutes complaining, and you have wasted 5, and you may have begun what's known as economic cancer of the bone. Surely, they will soon haul you off into a financial desert and let you choke on the dust of your own regret. I hope I said that well so you won't forget it. It's a deadly disease. If you don't think it's bad, ask the children of Israel of the Old Testament. Typical of us all, their story just happened to get in the book. The story says the children of Israel were slaves. God performed a series of dazzling miracles and got them out, and now they're heading for the promised land. Remember the story? Heading for the promised land? Tragedy of the story. They never got there. Reason? From day one, they started to complain. They griped about the water. They griped about the weather. They whined and cried and griped about the food. They griped about the leadership. They whined and cried because it was too far, too cold, too hot, too difficult, too miserable. I mean, they whined and cried for years. Finally, God said, "I've had it." Trip canceled or something like that. The story says they died in the desert, never got to the promised land. Which I think means 2 things. Indulge in this long enough, you get your future cast, and I guess it also means even God himself can only take so much. Just be on the lookout for the things that can destroy all the good you start. The war is on, and this evening, tomorrow, mentally, personally, socially, economically, you've got to make sure you're winning the war, and this is part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the dreamers and achievers listening in, I'm here to talk to you about something incredibly precious: time. You see, time is the most valuable asset we have in this life. It's the great equalizer. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or what your circumstances are. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and yet so many people let those hours slip away, day after day, year after year, without realizing the immense potential they hold. Today, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to stop wasting your time, to stop squandering the precious moments of your life. You see, the biggest enemy of your success is not some external factor, not the economy, not your upbringing. It's the way you manage your time and the choices you make with it. Time wasted is never regained. Once it's gone forever. Now, I understand life can be tough. Challenges come our way, setbacks happen, and sometimes it feels like the universe is conspiring against us. But here's the truth. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. You can control how you use your time. You can decide not to waste another precious year of your life. Imagine this. A year from now, you could be standing in a completely different place in your life. You could be healthier, wealthier, happier, and more fulfilled. You could have achieved things you never thought possible. But for that to happen, you need to make a choice. A choice to stop procrastinating, a choice to stop making excuses, and a choice to start taking action right now. Success is not a matter of luck. It's a matter of choice and discipline. It's about setting clear goals and working relentlessly towards them. It's about investing your time in activities that bring you closer to your dreams, rather than wasting it on things that won't matter a year from now. It's about being consistent, persistent, and resilient in the face of challenges. I want you to think about your dreams, your goals, and your aspirations. What do you want to achieve in the next year? What kind of person do you want to become? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Now, I want you to understand that you have the power within you to turn those dreams into reality. You have the potential to achieve greatness, but it requires you to take responsibility for your time and your choices. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let self-doubt paralyze you. Don't let the opinions of others define your worth. You're capable of achieving extraordinary things, but you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your abilities and your potential. And most importantly, you have to take action. Start by setting clear, specific goals for yourself. Write them down and break them into smaller, manageable tasks. Create a plan of action and commit to following through with it every single day. Stay focused, stay determined, and don't let anything or anyone distract you from your path. Surround yourself with positive, like-minded individuals who support your dreams and aspirations. Seek guidance from mentors and learn from those who have walked the path of success before you. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose your companions wisely. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Understand that setbacks are not the end of the road. They are merely stepping stones on your journey to success. Every failure teaches you valuable lessons, and every obstacle you overcome makes you stronger and more resilient. Take care of your health and well-being. Exercise regularly, eat nutritious food, and get enough sleep. A healthy body and mind are essential for peak performance. Take time to relax and recharge, but don't confuse rest with complacency. Use your leisure time wisely and make sure it aligns with your goals and values. In the pursuit of your dreams, be patient but persistent. Success rarely happens overnight. It requires time, effort, and dedication. Stay committed to your goals, and don't be discouraged by the challenges you face. Remember, the darkest hour has only 60 minutes. Keep moving forward, keep pushing yourself, and you will eventually break through the barriers that stand in your way. Finally, don't forget to express gratitude for the blessings in your life. Gratitude is a powerful force that attracts more positive experiences into your life. Be thankful for the opportunities you have, the people who love and support you, and the experiences that shape you into the person you are becoming. So, my dear friends, I urge you, don't waste another year of your life. Seize the moment, take control of your time, and pursue your dreams with passion and determination. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. When you look back a year from now, you'll be amazed at how far you've come and how much you've achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a life where you wake up every morning with a sense of purpose, with a fire burning inside you that propels you forward toward your dreams. Imagine a life where you don't just go through the motions, but you seize every moment with intention and determination. That, my friends, is the life of someone who knows how to make the most of their time and achieve their goals. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the most valuable resources we have: time. Time is the great equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, yet some people seem to accomplish so much more than others. Why is that? It's because they understand the importance of managing their time wisely and focusing on what truly matters. First and foremost, if you want to achieve your goals and make the most of your time, you need to have a clear vision of what you want to accomplish. You need to set goals that inspire you, goals that ignite a passion within you and drive you to take action every single day. Without a clear vision and specific goals, you'll find yourself wandering aimlessly through life, wasting precious time on things that don't matter. Once you have your goals in place, the next step is to prioritize your time effectively. You need to learn how to say no to distractions and time wasters, and say yes to the things that will bring you closer to your goals. This means setting boundaries, learning to delegate tasks, and ruthlessly eliminating anything that doesn't align with your vision. One of the biggest time wasters in today's world is technology. Don't get me wrong, Technology can be a powerful tool when used correctly, but it can also be a massive distraction if you're not careful. How many times have you sat down to work on something important, only to find yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media or watching cat videos on YouTube? We've all been there. If you want to make the most of your time, you need to learn to harness the power of technology without letting it control you. Another key to not wasting time and achieving your goals is to develop good habits. Success is not the result of one big action, but rather the culmination of small, consistent actions taken every day. If you want to achieve your goals, you need to cultivate habits that support your vision and propel you forward. This might mean waking up an hour earlier to work on your side hustle, committing to a daily exercise routine, or dedicating 30 minutes every evening to reading personal development. Whatever it is, make it a habit and watch as your progress accelerates. But perhaps the most important ingredient in the recipe for success is perseverance. The road to achieving your goals will not be easy. There will be setbacks and obstacles along the way. There will be days when you feel like throwing in the towel and giving up. But it's during those moments of adversity that your true character is revealed. It's during those moments that you must dig deep, find your inner strength, and keep pushing forward no matter what. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your dreams be achieved overnight. But if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to stay focused and disciplined, if you're willing to persevere in the face of adversity, then there is nothing you cannot accomplish. So don't waste another moment. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Seize the day, take control of your destiny, and make the most of every precious moment you've been given. Your dreams are within reach, but it's up to you to make them a reality. Which leads me to the secret that has changed millions of lives: personal development. Many people go through life stagnant, never really improving or growing. But to live a truly fulfilled life, one must always work on developing themselves. Why is personal development so critical? For several reasons. Firstly, it is part of human nature to grow. As living creatures, it is ingrained in our very DNA to learn, improve, and evolve. Sitting still goes against our most basic instincts. Humans are built to expand our horizons, take on new challenges, and become better versions of ourselves. To deny this is to deny an integral part of the human experience. Secondly, personal growth keeps us engaged and energized. When we actively work to improve ourselves, whether it's learning new skills, taking up hobbies, or pushing beyond our comfort zones, we feel alive and excited. Challenging ourselves gives each day a sense of meaning and purpose. Without growth, our lives become stagnant and dull. We lose our zest for living. Working on yourself keeps you vibrant. Additionally, personal development is essential for success, no matter how you define it. Those who are static and complacent inevitably get left behind. Growth is what allows people to accomplish their goals, advance their careers, and realize their potential. You simply cannot succeed without persevering to improve. It is the key that unlocks doors to new opportunities. And finally, developing yourself makes you a better person, not just for yourself, but for those around you. When you better yourself, you have more to offer the world. Your friends, family, colleagues, and community all benefit from the best version of you. We owe it not just to ourselves, but to others to continually grow. Now, personal development manifests in many ways. It can be concrete skills like learning new software or languages. It can be cultivating habits like consistent exercise or reading. It can be gaining knowledge by taking courses or reading books. It can be immersing yourself in new cultures through travel. There are infinite ways we can enrich ourselves. But while the paths we take may differ, the destination remains the same: a better, more fulfilled version of ourselves. We must see self-improvement not as an option, but as a lifelong obligation. The instant we stop pushing forward is the instant we start sliding backwards. I urge you to see personal growth as a journey without end. Some may question why they should spend time and energy developing themselves. But I ask you this: if you do not invest in yourself, who will? If you do not push yourself, who will? If you do not believe in your own growth, who will? You alone are responsible for your progress and fulfillment. No one can do the work for you. Make a commitment right now to pursue your own continuous improvement. Start that new hobby. Pick up that instrument you've always wanted to play. Learn a new language. Read more books. Set ambitious goals. Feed your mind, strengthen your body, and enrich your spirit. This is how you stoke the fire inside and unleash your untapped potential. Let me leave you with this. Life rewards action. You will only get out what you put in. With each new effort, with each new challenge, you build yourself into the person you want to become. You move yourself closer to the successes you crave. But it starts with you. You must make the conscious decision to better yourself each and every day. When you commit yourself to non-stop personal development, your future will be unbounded. Your growth is never complete. Your improvement never ends. Embrace this mindset, and you embrace a life of unlimited possibilities. Seize this day and every day to make investments in yourself that will yield returns you cannot imagine. I believe in you. Now, go show the world the incredible, ever-evolving person you are meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I am thrilled and honored to stand before you and have the opportunity to share some thoughts on a topic that is vital for achieving success in life. Eliminating excuses. Excuses are subtle and can infiltrate every aspect of our lives if we allow them to. They are the nails that we hammer into the coffin of our own potential. Every single one of us has dreams, ambitions, and goals. Yet far too often we allow excuses to hold us back from realizing our true potential. But today, I want to challenge you to break free from this destructive cycle. Let us together acknowledge that excuses have no place in our journey toward success. It is time to eliminate them from our vocabulary, from our mindset, and from our actions. You see, success is not a coincidence. It is not a random stroke of luck that strikes some and eludes others. Success is a result of deliberate choices, focused effort, and unwavering determination. And to navigate this journey effectively, we must confront our excuses head-on. The first excuse that often stands in our way is the belief that we don't have enough time. How many times have you caught yourself saying, "I really want to pursue my dreams, but I just don't have the time"? This excuse is a dangerous lie we tell ourselves. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It is not about how much time we have, but how we choose to spend it. Are you using your time wisely? Are you prioritizing your goals and dreams? Or are you filling your days with trivialities, distractions, and mindless activities? We must recognize that time is the most precious commodity we have, and it is up to us to use it wisely to create the life we desire. Another excuse that hinders our progress is the fear of failure. We often find ourselves saying, "What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough?" But I want to remind you that failure is not the end. It is merely a stepping stone on the path to success. Every great achievement is built upon a foundation of failures and setbacks. Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors in history, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine if he had allowed the fear of failure to hold him back. We would not have the light bulb illuminating our lives today. So let go of the fear of failure and embrace it as a necessary part of the journey. Embrace the lessons it brings and use them to grow, learn, and become better. Remember, it is not failure that defines us, but how we respond to it. One of the most destructive excuses we make is blaming others for our lack of success. We point fingers at external circumstances, the economy, our upbringing, or even the people around us. But blaming others will never lead you to success. If you want to be successful, you must take full responsibility for your life. Stop making excuses and start taking action. Look in the mirror and confess that your success or failure lies entirely in your hands. Once you take ownership of your actions and decisions, you regain control over your destiny. Now, let's address one more excuse that often holds us back: the belief that we are not talented enough. We look at successful individuals and compare ourselves to them, thinking, "I could never achieve what they have because I don't have their talents or abilities." But let me tell you, talent alone does not guarantee success. Many talented individuals have squandered their potential through lack of discipline, focus, and perseverance. The world is filled with ordinary people who have achieved extraordinary success merely by refusing to make excuses and relentlessly pursuing their dreams. Success may require hard work, sacrifice, and relentless effort, but it does not discriminate based on natural talent. Each and every one of us has the potential for greatness within us. It is up to us to cultivate that potential, to hone our skills, and to become the best version of ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to eliminate excuses from your life. Break free from the chains they have wrapped around your dreams and aspirations. Open your eyes to the possibilities that lie ahead if you take action now. In part 2 of this journey, we will delve deeper into the realm of personal development. We will explore the strategies and principles that can help us unlock our full potential. But remember, none of that will matter if we continue to make excuses. Today, decide to eliminate excuses from your life. Decide to take responsibility for your actions, to invest your time wisely, and to face failure head-on. Decide to believe in your own potential and cultivate it relentlessly. Let us choose to be fearless, determined, and disciplined. Let us refuse to accept anything less than the greatness we were born to achieve. The time for excuses is over. The time to rise up and embrace our true potential is now. Thank you.